Friends, this is your friend Rishikesh Razu. So in this video we would like to see one more technical stuff that is related to Java. So that is nothing but interacting with the database using Jdbc driver. So that we are going to see. So for that we are going to open the Eclipse. So when you double click on Eclipse shortcut key, we are going to see Eclipse environment. So this is the Eclipse environment. So there I already done some of Java programs. So when you come to Jdbc application, or you bring that Jdbc to sample. So now we have Jdbc, this one. So when you see this program, the package is sample. The package is sample, and Jdbc application 1. If you want to import IO package, you import it. So first we will see how we are going to develop code for Jdbc application. So first notepad we have to open. There are steps to interact with database using drivers, Jdbc driver. So actually there are 4 drivers. They are one, if you take Jdbc ODBC bridge driver. So here the main drawback of this driver is actually ODBC, although it is open Microsoft data source. So ODBC stands for Open Database Connectivity. So in your application, this JDB API is available because we are importing SQL package. SQL package we are importing. So once you import this package, API all available to your program. There, that JDBC driver is converted to ODBC driver. ODBC driver provides the library required for interacting with the vendor specific database. So here we are using Oracle database. So in this, if you see, the main drawback is it is slow. That is the drawback of this. That's why we are moving on to the second type of driver called native API driver. So in this it is somehow fast compared with the first driver. So here the API driver is converted into native driver. So native driver is going to interact with the vendor specific database. So the libraries, the utilities all going to be developed by the native API, and that helpful to interact with the database. So here this driver interact with vendor specific database. Here the advantage is it is fast. Next, third if you see network protocol driver. So here in this actually third party libraries to be used. That means middleware. So middleware is available, so which is going to provide libraries for vendor libraries to connect to database. Next, the fourth driver, which is our a driver that you are going to use in our program, that is thin driver. So it is best driver among all. So here based on database, libraries are going to be uh, our libraries are going to be downloaded, and they can be available. They are going to be available to connect to database, to connect to specific database. So these are the 4 types of drivers, friends. So Jdbc ODBC bridge driver, native API driver, network protocol driver, thin driver. So this we are going to use. If you take Oracle, we are using Oracle here. So Oracle colon Jdbc colon driver colon driver dot Oracle driver, capital Oracle driver. This is the driver name that you have to load. So once you load, then URL you have to use. That URL is Jdbc colon Oracle colon thin colon at the rate of localhost is the local system name, and 1521 colon XE. So it is URL, and you should also use username and password. Okay. So steps, if you see, to connect to a database, first step is you have to load the driver. So what is the driver for Oracle? This one. This is fixed. Okay, you have to use as it is. Then second is you have to create connection object. You have to create connection object. Once you create a connection object, now we can create a statement object. Statement object is created based on a connection object. So next, prepare a query. Prepare a query. Query is a string type. So fourth, so that prepare a query and execute the query. Execute that query. Okay, using a method called execute query for using select command. Query using here it takes select command. So once you create a select command, then you have to go to fifth step. There you have to close the connection object, whatever you created, that you have to close it. So these 5 steps are compulsory, you need to follow in order to work with Jdbc driver. So coming to the Jdbc driver program. So here java.sql package compulsory you need to import. Why? Because that contains all Jdbc API. Means driver manager, for class, and connection interface, statement interface, result set interface, all are available in this java.sql package only. That's why it's compulsory to import. Then public class Jdbc app 1. So if you want to change the name, you give new. That's your wish, and rename that name as you have to rename it. So wherever if you open it, otherwise go with the same name only, Jdbc app 1, application 1. So there we are enclosing all that collection of statements in try block. and you have to provide a catch block. There, whatever error information going to be identified, that error information going to be displayed. So the first step, if you see what you have to do, so load the driver is the first statement. So come here. So class, this is a predefined class consisting of per name and oracle.jdbc.driver.oracle driver is the name of that oracle driver name. So once you load it, then we have to create a connection object. So connection con is the object name. So to get a connection object, driver manager consisting of get connection method, it takes 3 arguments. So one is URL jdbc colon oracle colon pin colon at the rate of localhost colon 152.1.exe, and it have a username system and it have a password root. The system root are credentials of credentials of Oracle. So if you see Oracle, I have Oracle 10G. So similarly, you will have some kind of Oracle version. So that you open it, go to home page. So there we have to log into that Oracle. So I gave the username is system. So system already worked, that's why it is showing that history. So from that you choose that root to small letters. So if you root small letters, so that system root only I gave username and password at the time of installing this Oracle 10G. So when you click on login, go to SQL command prompt. So SQL commands there. The table here I am working is, I think here student is the table I am working. So this is actually take this select command in some query. That's your issue. So string yes equal to that is the string. Then we have to pass that string here. Okay. So connection anyway going to connect to database. We connected to the database. So there I already created a table student describe. If you apply describe command, that is searcher is available or not, then you can understand. So table is there with the 5 columns. First column is number type and remaining 2 to 5th column are of string type. Okay. So I already inserted some data into that. So select star from student. What is the table name? Student. So when you run it, I think there are some 4 rows. Those 4 rows we are going to see. Each row is a record. So those 4 rows I want to retrieve in a program and I want to display it. So here connection object we have. So we connected to the database and we created student table and we inserted 4 rows into that, and we have to apply select command. In database retrieving using command is okay, but in Jdbc we need to retrieve and we need to display as output. So connection dot create statement. So create statement is the method defined in connection object, which is going to create a statement object st. Okay, now I am going to create a command that is of string type, that is in S. Now that statement dot execute query that takes that string as an argument. Or that string select star from student. So that is going to return output. That output is of type result set. Result set object is RS. So when the result is an RS, then how you are going to navigate the records is using next. By default, first time it is going to locate to first record. Then we are using a loop. So once first record going to be traversed, then second time next second record. So we have 4 records. So second record details also going to be displayed, and third time third record, and fourth time fourth record, fifth time there is no records in the result set. So no more records. So we come out of the loop. So if you see here, when it is first iteration, so system.out.println, what is the first column type? Int number. So get int, and the column number we are passing, and we are giving a space. Then rs dot get string of, it is second column because argument is column number, and that is of type string. So get string. If it is of number, get int. If it is a double, get double. Like that we have to use. Third column, because column number we are passing as an argument, so it is of string type. fourth column which is also of string type, fifth column that is also of string type. So once you display all the 5 columns, that is for one iteration, and we have 4 records. So second time second record, third time third record, fourth time fourth record, and fifth time there are no fifth record, so there is no fifth record, so we come out of the loop. So after we come out of the loop after fourth step, what is the fifth step? So we have to close the connection object, close the connection object. So con dot close. What is the connection object here? Con close. So all this code I am putting in try block. Why? Because loading of database, connecting database, if any errors will occur, SQL exception, IO exception going to be raised. So we kept all those statements in try block. So in try block, what are the statements generally we are going to embed? So the statement which is going to raise exception, such kind of statements we are going to keep inside try block. So we are also going to provide handler, that is catch block. So if any error going to occur, that is in E, and that E we are going to display. Okay, for this actually we need to upload Jdbc 14.jar file. Jdbc 14.jar file is in Oracle. So go to build path, right click on that, build path, configure build path, libraries. There already Jdbc 14.jar file is setted. Okay, I am checking again once again. So add external jars. So go to C drive, there Oracle exe app, then Oracle, then product, then 10.2.0 version server, then here Jdbc we have. So there lib we have, there Jdbc 14.jar file is the location in the Oracle installation. So once you load it, I already loaded, that's why it's not required. So I already loaded. So now you right click on the workspace because you want to run it. So run as it is an application. Why? Because it contains main method. It contains main method. That's why it's an application. It's not a server side program. So run as Java application. So proceed. So actually unresolved compilation problem we got. So Jdbc app 12 application 2.java. So there is a problem in main method. So we have to check the braces again. So once you check the braces correctly, then this is we also have duplication. So we will also check the p demo. So once you click it, package p demo. So once you check it, we have the same program in earlier project and present project. In present project, that is Jdbc application 1.java. So it's not a servlet, it's an application. So I am going to the application PD demo. There Jdbc application 1.java. So this one, same code we are seeing. So right click on it. We have to check. So we have to check, the build path. So build path, configure build path. There Jdbc 14.jar file is there. Okay. So now you run it. Right click, save all. Come here. So run as Java application. So we are going to get 4 rows. See, 4 rows. How many rows are there? 4 rows. These 4 rows, and in the database, particularly in that table student, 4 rows, they are both same. Okay. So friends, in this way we are going to work with Jdbc drivers. So what is the purpose of Jdbc drivers is in order to connect with database and to perform the queries, SQL commands. over the table, and you are going to appropriately you are going to get the output. So when you like to do a program on JDBC, so these 5 steps are very important. So these 5 steps, which I already mentioned, steps to interact with the database. So there, first you should know those 4 kinds of drivers, but you are using fourth driver, thin driver. So the driver name and URL you have to know, and steps you have to follow. So this is first step, class.forName, and this you have to specify as an argument. Then connection call equal to driver manager get connection, their URL and username and password you have to specify. Once you connect to database, now you have to get a statement object. How? Con.create statement. Okay. So once you have statement object, you can call is a method called execute query. Execute query. So that takes select command as an argument. So you can pass directly as a string, or the string you have to refer to some variable, and that variable you pass here. Once you obtain the output result, you have to navigate it using while loop and next method. Result set having next method. So result set also contains many other methods like previous, next, absolute, relative. First means first record, last means last record. If you are at a particular record, its previous record you are going to obtain using previous. So absolute takes record number, row number as an argument, so that particular record going to be fetched. Okay, relative takes again some row number, so relative to that we have to jump to the number of rows. Okay, if you are at second row and you want to move to fifth row, so we have to pass 3. So relative of relative that takes argument, so that many rows you have to jump, and we have to locate to a particular row. In that way we are going to work with we are going to work with the database using the database drivers. So that means JDBC drivers. So hope this video going to be useful to you a lot. So in next video we are going to see another concept. So there we are going to see the execution of the program. So friends and students, I am requesting you, if you like this video and you are watching, so please click on like. So if you like more, share this video to your friends. So in that way you try to give support, so that in coming videos we are going to see much more advanced concepts and technical stuff in my channel. So thank you friends, we'll see you in next video.